Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I make videos like this every Friday focusing on drugstore products, so please subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos in the future. I am coming to you today with a completely bare face because I'm doing a full face of first impressions using a lot of newer makeup from the drugstore. I have products from Morphe, Maybelline, L'Oreal, Makeup Revolution, Kiss, and Profusion, just to name a few, that I will not only be sharing my first impressions with you about today, but also conducting a wear test and giving you my final review at the end of the video. First product I'm using is from Maybelline. This is one I've been getting a lot of questions about. It's their Lemonade Craze palette. Looks like this up close, and I'll also show you swatches here real quick of all the eyeshadows so you can get an idea of the color range that exists within this palette if this is the first time that you are seeing it too. Well, first things first, I'm going to start with the shade Sherbet. Sherbet. I have always said sherbet. I don't know why. There's no R there. Anyway, I'm using this to blend. It's really powdery. Not blend. I'm applying this onto the brow bone, and I'm going to take the shade Sweet Tea and use this for my crease. No surprise. Beautiful pigmentation, I must say, especially when we're talking about Maybelline. Some of their palettes can be a hit or a miss. You really just don't know what you're going to get. I'm thinking of what shade I want to use next. There are so many wonderful colors in this palette, it's hard to choose. I think I am going to go with Coral Punch next. This shade right here. And maybe apply it to the middle of the lid. Now see, that one's not as pigmented as it would appear to be in the pan. It just, this is Ice Pop, and apply that to the outer third. It's a little better, much more pigmented than the coral shade. I'm going to go back with that coral shade again, and I'm going to spritz the brush with the e.l.f. setting spray. Some eyeshadows need a little bit of help. Oh, that's much better. I can actually see the eyeshadow now. For the inner corner of my eye here, I am going to take the shade Strawberry Lemonade, which appears to be a light pink. Ooh, that is pretty. Ooh, it's a bright look. I am going to add the darkest brown from the palette in the shade Old Fashioned, and applying this in the outer V. Well, it's very pretty, very bright. Like I said, some of the colors are hit and miss, but for the most part, I feel like the pigmentation is pretty good. Next product I am testing out is a new one from L'Oreal. Part of their Lash Paradise line, they came out with this eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner. The shade that I picked up is a rose gold. Didn't really plan this look for a rose gold eyeliner. Put it on the back of my hand first. Well, it's a very pretty color. Isn't that gorgeous? But I just don't know if it's going to show up against this eyeshadow, honestly. I should have gotten one in black too to test out. All right, well, I'm gonna save this for a must-haves, must-nots and give you an update once I'm able to use it. And I'm just going to pick another eyeliner here. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Super Slim one, which is not new, but I'll just apply it real quick. Next product I have to try out are these new lashes from Kiss. This is part of their Lash Couture line, and I picked up the style Brassiere. Those look really dramatic, don't they? The band on these is rather thick. It's going to be difficult to hide if I had just used the rose gold eyeliner. Are rather stiff, stiffer than other lashes, but they are not plastic. They feel like a silk fiber. No real difficulty with applying them. I'm going to let the glue set for a few more minutes before I press them into my own lashes. These are gorgeous and I am very happy with them. Today I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution face stick, and I'm going to swipe this onto the face. We'll do one half of the face first, so I can see the application that I get with it compared to this side over here. And I'm blending it in with a sponge. This is one from Morphe. I don't typically go for stick foundations. They've not impressed me in the past. And we're talking from all different brands, high-end, drugstore. I've not really found one that wowed me. There's just something about them that doesn't I don't know what the word is. It just doesn't look good to me when I apply them. Okay, so far so good. It does have a beautiful, flawless finish. It looks like skin. I was proven wrong here in this instance so far. We'll see how it wears. But you can see the difference from this side to this side, the type of application you get with just one light layer of the Makeup Revolution foundation base. And to set my face, I am using the Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. I'm applying it with a big fluffy brush here from e.l.f. Jet was in my makeup room and I was trying to distract him so he didn't play with camera equipment. And I handed him this brush and a few others, and he took to this brush. He was treating it like a stuffed animal and kind of like hugging it. It was so adorable. Even Jet likes this brush. For those who don't know, Jet is my son and he's 17 months now. So hard to believe. Beautiful finish. I love it so far. I really, really want this one to last all day, and I am hoping that it will. Next product, actually, before I show you the next product, I'm going to add a little something extra to the lower lash line, going back to the Lemonade Craze palette for Maybelline. I think I'm going to mix the light brown shade, maybe this one together for the lower lash line. Next product I'm testing is from L'Oreal. This is their Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush. I'm interested to know just what the scent is. The shade that I picked up here is Bashful. Oh, it smells like peaches, but it's not an obnoxious peach, and it actually smells like peaches. Not like the Too Faced Peach collection, which I feel like is too candied, but this actually smells like peaches. Well, the pigmentation is medium. It's not too light, but it's not too heavy, which I rather like because too many blushes go on too pigmented, if you get what I'm saying. Couldn't ask for a better color. I am just dying over the scent of these peaches. Wow. Too Faced, take a note, okay? L'Oreal did it right. Profusion has this line of mixed metals lips colors, and they came out with this nude collection, which I thought I would try since the eyes are so bright today. So they give you 3 lip products in the package: a lip liner, a matte lip cream, and then a metal matte lip cream if you want to try that. I'm going to try all 3. Why not? Starting with the lip liner. Ooh, that's a pretty color. I like it. Very creamy formula too, not hard to apply at all. Next, I'm going to apply the matte lip cream. That one's very smooth too. Very pigmented. And then for the metal matte lip cream, I am going to apply that on the center of the lips to give the lips more dimension and add a highlight. One last product to test, and that is from Morphe. This is their Continuous Setting Mist. I realize we're testing out that Makeup Revolution stick foundation today too, so I don't want to apply this all over my face, but I still want to test it, so I'm only going to apply it to 1/2 of my face. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take my handy dandy notebook here, which isn't that adorable? I found it at TJ Maxx. And I'm going to use it as a divider to spray only one side. Let's first test this before we do a application. Okay, it's nice. It's got a very fine mist to it. Here we go. I probably applied too much, but it's okay. It looks like a regular setting spray. I don't know what else to say. Smells nice. It's, I'm trying to place the scent, what it smells like. Laundry. That's the only thing I can really think of. Fresh laundry. And there's your completed face. We'll see how this wears. So far, so good. I like everything I tried. I don't have any complaints of any of the products. I just really hope that they last all day. Final thoughts with all of these products. After wearing them on my face for a total of 8 to 9 hours, I was able to formulate some rather strong opinions. We'll start first by talking about the Maybelline eyeshadow palette. I found the eyeshadows to be a little hit and miss on application, and by the end of the day, some of them did fade more than others, especially that coral shade we used on the middle of the lid. But for the most part, the eyeshadows remained very vibrant and the pigment remained strong on the lids. So I was really happy to see that. And this would be a palette that I would recommend picking up if you see it or if you're interested in getting it. Now let's talk about the L'Oreal blush that smelled like peaches. I loved this one initially. The smell, the color, the pigmentation, the application, etc. I was very, very happy with it. Unfortunately, by the end of the day, it didn't look like I was wearing any blush. It had completely faded and disappeared from my face. I was so unhappy to see that. And I don't feel like I applied too little on application. I mean, do you? I feel like I applied the right amount. If you applied any more, then you'd end up looking like a clown. So I really, really wanted to love this blush, but I don't recommend it. Now let's talk about the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. As much as I liked it initially, after the first application, I did feel like it looked really nice on the skin. But like I had mentioned, I was worried about how it was going to wear throughout the day because I've not had much success with stick foundations, and sadly, this one proved me right again. I don't even need to tell you where to look around my face, but if you look at my nose area especially, it had moved around. There were patches where it was gone completely. It looked cakey on the rest of my face, patchy in some areas, didn't last well at all. And I have to tell you, at about the 5 to 6 hour mark with this stuff on, I started to feel gross. Like I wanted to wash my face. It was very sticky, didn't feel matte. No amount of powder would mattify this, by the way. It remained sticky even after application. So not a good one for oily skin. If you have dry skin, I would say try it, see if you like it, but yeah, no, not for moi. Finally, the Morphe setting spray. I applied that to one half of my face because I wanted to see if it would make a difference, especially with the stick foundation, seeing how awful that wore. It did not. And the stick foundation still moved around my nose, even with the Morphe setting spray applied on top. In this instance, I don't even think a primer would help that Makeup Revolution foundation, to be honest with you, seeing that the setting spray didn't really hold anything in place. So I don't recommend the Morphe setting spray to you either. Lastly, we'll talk about the Profusion lipsticks. These didn't hold up very well. I ended up taking them off. You may have noticed in the final wear test examples, I'm not wearing any lipstick because they just did not last and they faded. And by the end of the day, I was really only wearing lip liner, which wasn't a good look. So the lip liner does stay put, but the lipsticks inside didn't really last that long. So out of all the products I tested for you here today, the only one I feel real confident in recommending to you is the Maybelline eyeshadow palette. I feel like that is a great quality palette for the price, and you do get a beautiful shade range to pick from. Very warm colors, great for these summer months. A good one to check out. Let me know if you've tried any of the products I tested today and what your experiences have been with them. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead.